Russia is a nation with a GDP smaller than New York State. It's in a demographic death spiral. It produces zero high value added manufacturing and technology goods. And it essentially lives off its natural resources, of which it monetizes. It is a kleptocracy, essentially, with oligarchs and run by, a lot of questionable and quasi-bad guys. As a young man in my 20s, I was on an American destroyer in the Pacific hunting Soviet submarines. And I went back to the Pentagon as a junior officer on the day that Reagan arrived. I was a junior officer, special assistant to the chief of naval operation, when they implemented the war plan to take down the Soviet Union. So I know that the Soviets have been our enemy and are not good guys. That all being said, and I pick up today's Financial Times on the cover with President Xi in France, where he just left Paris. This is the existential threat. Russia, I hope, and we can't do it now because of the poisonous atmosphere in Washington driven by the mainstream media.
But wait, I just want you to come out on Putin.
Yeah, I am, I'm saying, but Putin, I just said, is a bad guy, right? He's a former KGB guy, but that the Russian people have selected him. But they're a kleptocracy, but eventually we've got to unite the Judeo-Christian West, and Russia's part of that.
È chiaramente una false friend, no?
False friend.
And I told the president that I believed he had the full right to fire Comey, but if he did it, in all likelihood, we'd have a special counsel. I've been absolutely, from day one, supportive of Bob Mueller. He's a combat veteran. He's an honorable man. He's had probably the finest term as head of the FBI. As somebody that was involved in that investigation, probably as much as anybody else, I thought it was professional, it was tough, it was thorough. And the process itself, I think, actually reinforces the concept of the rule of law and how our nation, the United States of America, runs. Now, I think that was very positive.
Dove c'erano gli stati.
So I'm having meetings all week, I think, with 8 to 10 different parties, and we are focused on Germany, and particularly working with Alternative for Deutschland. We are working, obviously, with the National Rally in France. We're very close to Marine Le Pen and Louis Alliot and the rest of the team. That is, I think are terrific. And so we're throughout Europe talking to people, as we're talking to people in Latin America and other countries. I happen to think that you saw the election results over the weekend here in Italy. I just think there's and you saw the election results the other night in the Netherlands. I just think there's real momentum on the populist, nationalist sovereignty movement. I think people are coming to this cause.
La Venezuela ha delle riserve più grandi nel mondo dell'olio, del petrolio.